Hi everyone, this is Paul Lange from Disciplined Trading Strategies with this week's Trade of the Week video. This is for the week ending 12/20 of 2020, and the stock was SPCE. This happened on the 15th, which was a Tuesday. This is based on a gap carry. I'll talk about that with an entry on a 60-minute major resistance, 5-minute DTS sell setup. Actually, is a retest and failure type of sell setup. And the management simple reward to risk about 2.9 to 1 was a trade that lasted basically all day. Before we get to that, free stuff this week. There's nothing going on this week, and actually we'll be starting the holiday week. DTS will be closed the 23rd through New Year's, so there's only a couple trading days next week. We'll be around. The DTS play of the week and the weekly market summary will not be out again until that second week in January. Enjoy your holidays, stay safe, and I'll talk to you then after you listen to this video. This is the daily chart of SPCE. The strategy is based on a gap carry. Let me talk about that. I have naturally lots of, I don't even like to call them strategies. What I teach is learning the language of charts so you know how to read a chart. And then there are certain formations that are favorite things to me. Naturally, there's a lot of potential formations. I try to focus on keeping some favorites, and I always have 2 or 3 favorites I look for every day. Occasionally something new comes around that I like to try and pursue because I see it working well. This has always been a favorite of mine though, the gap carry. This is a stock that gaps on one day, but then you play it the next day or the next day. A lot of people picture gap trading as being something where you're always sitting there at 9:30 in the morning and getting into something the opening seconds. That occasionally is true, but actually those setups are quite rare. More common gaps are more of a laid back concept that you do later in the morning or later that afternoon or the following day. This is an example of a perfect setup for a gap carry the following day. This stock gapped down on that Monday, and that is what it looked like at the end of Monday. What I liked about this was trading it the next day. In this case, that's what this trade of the week is about. That's what it did at the end of the trading day. I had a perfect entry on this, and I'll show you the 60-minute chart here. There again is the gap down from the prior day, and what I liked here, the reason I carried it to the next day, meaning just carrying it on the watch list, that little consolidation that formed at the low of the day was what I liked. Going forward to the 15-minute chart, we can see that consolidation from the prior day right there. And then that next morning, it broke below and then snapped back, and retesting the top of that base was my entry. So I got in this short right just a little below the high of the day, entry under 26.30. Stop over 26.73. The trade begins. You don't see a lot of detail on the 15-minute chart, but I'll show you the 5 next. Target 1 right in there, target 2 on a little trail right in there off the low, and then target 3 was into close, and luckily this stayed weak and had a really great target number 3. 5-minute chart showing you a little more detail. There's that entry right in there. That is the high of that prior day's base, of course. Target number 1 on that fast drop below the low of the day, on that little trail on that topping tail there. Target 2, great target, got that big move down and then trails it over there because you never know, sometimes that's the low of the day and it comes back strong. At some point, of course, I got my stop down over this area when I was down in here somewhere and then took it into the close for target number 3. A nice little trade, and the way that I manage the end of that is I walk away. I'm not here usually in the afternoon. Trades that I have open, I try and just step in and manage them occasionally, but for the most part, leaving them alone to do their job. I usually say when I leave the screen, stocks do your thing, and a lot of times the best management is no management. DTS Trading Room, if you like this type of trading, come join us in the DTS Trading Room. You can hop on over to the DTS website and figure out how to join the room or take a trial. Until next time, this is Paul for DTS. Good trading, everybody.